America is about to be destroyed by the collapse of the U.S. dollar. America is about to be destroyed by the collapse of the U.S. dollar. Shalom, Akims. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. We'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elects. And also, we also like to welcome you newcomers. It's your first time checking out the videos, the Hebrew Israelite videos. You're trying to find out what all of this is about. You're doing the right thing by seeking proper teachers of this truth, that so that way you'll be properly taught. The sheep must be fed by proper pastors, good pastors, by good, led by good sheep, by good shepherds, okay? Led by good shepherds, okay? Now, we're making this video to highlight, talking about America is about to be destroyed. It's about to collapse. The U.S. dollar is about to collapse. You have countries like Saudi Arabia is in talks with Iran and with China, okay, and they're talking about switching over from the American U.S. dollar being the main major currency over to the uh, uh, new uh, Chinese currency that they're going to come out with, and that they're going to make the main currency for buying oil. If they do that, that would be an automatic collapse of the U.S. dollar automatically. Because remember, back in '73, I think it was, when the Bush family made a deal with the Saudi Arabians and with the Bin Laden family to make oil uh, where it will be bought by the U.S. currency, and the U.S. currency was the main major currency purchasing oil. Okay, and all other countries, if they wanted to buy oil, they had to buy into the American dollar so that they could buy oil. Well, fast forward all the way up to 2023. Now, if the other countries decide to switch over, and we also talking about who? Brazil, Russia, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. If these countries decide to build an alliance together and switch their currency over to the new Chinese currency, then that would automatically wipe out the U.S. dollar automatically, because all this time, the U.S. dollar, once Nixon back in '72, once Nixon had removed gold as being the backing that the U.S. dollar used to have, because the U.S. dollar used to be backed by gold. Well, once it was removed as being the backup for the U.S. dollar, then it became where the U.S. dollar was backed up by the military might of the U.S. government, okay, and by its policies and different things and laws that the U.S. had done put into place. Now, and because of that, the U.S. Government felt that it was okay to keep printing fiat monies. That's monies that is printed up, that is not backed by gold. It's just printed up paper money that's backed only because the U.S. government say so, but not backed up by any hard backing, such as would be gold, not even silver, you know. And but anyway, we're going to go off into this here word, and uh, we're going to start this off with Isaiah chapter, because these are things that are happening on the earth right now concerning the currency of America that's going to collapse the American economy. Once you get off into the different things that's going to be a burden onto America, it's going to be a hard situation, hard decisions that U.S. citizens are going to have to make once the U.S. dollar collapses. And this is going to usher in the federal digital wallet. Okay. So these things are coming. Let's get off into this word. This is Isaiah chapter 13, starting at verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Babylon being America. Okay, America being the sister Babylon, a city. Land of confusion. That's what Babylon means. The word Babylon means land of confusion. Okay. Verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. That's what we're doing. We're lifting up the banner of this word, this truth. The high mountain is America. We're lifting up this high banner to exalt the voice unto them, and shake the hands of the nobles, okay, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And that's what we do. We shake the hands of the nobles that we may go into the gates of the nobles, and that we may spread this truth unto the peoples, awaken the rest of the hope for the next, you know, and and so forth. I have commanded my sanctified ones, that's us. I have also called my mighty ones before mine anger, okay, when that time comes, even them that rejoice in my highness. You see, that would be us. Be out here pushing this truth, out here pushing this truth in the highways and the byways and the comings and the goings. And in the main hedges, the big hedges and the little hedges. That's where we push this truth. In the main concourse, in the marketplace, we push this truth like the Lord. He went out into the main marketplaces, the concourse of the peoples. He went amongst the people and he preached his gospel, the gospel which is the truth. Okay, verse 4: the news of the noise of a mighty, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great peoples. Well, that's what that is, a great peoples. Tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together, because that's what's happening. The people are gathering together in sync. You got a lot of people protesting in France. You got a lot of people protesting in Australia. You got a lot of people protesting in Brazil. You got a lot of people protesting in Venezuela, in Colombia. You got a lot of people protesting the different governments that's been set up, that the people are tired of this so-called democracy and freedom, because it's not working. And the other countries are seeing it's not working for America. Why should they even want it even further? You know, the Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle. Okay, getting the angels ready. They come from a far country, from the end of of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation. And the weapons of his indignations is the thermonuclear missiles, ICBMs. Okay, that those are his weapons of indignation to destroy the whole land. What land? Talking about America. When the time comes, thermonuclear bombs are going to be striking this land called America and turning it into a lake of fire. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. If it shall come, it's like it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. And it is. It's coming, because it's coming in such a mighty force that it cannot be stopped. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt when the time comes, because there's going to be such a grievance and sadness and depression all across the land. The people are going to be so hurt and destroyed. The U.S. government and all the governments, the laws and rules and policies that they put in place are all going to let them down. They're going to let them down. All these politicians are going to let them down. These world leaders are going to let them down. And they shall be afraid, pains, and sorrow. You see? It shall take hold of them. Okay? They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Okay? Their faces shall be as flames. When those thermonuclear bombs hit, and the people are swallowed up by the percussion waves that's going to sweep through, and then the walls of fire that's going to sweep across the land. It's going to be scorching, burning, and destroying everything in its path. People are literally going to be set afire. You see, right where they stand. Right where they stand. Okay? Their faces as shall be as flames. These things are coming upon the face of the earth. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel but with wrath, and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. You see, these are the things that the Lord is bringing. He's not coming to bring good news and tidings, you know, and palms and hugs and kisses, dates, nuts and berries and shit. No, he ain't come to do all that. No, and you know, and remember, Luke chapter 12 verse 49. The Lord says, "I come not to bring peace upon the earth. I come to bring fire. But what would I if it already be kindled?" The world, the earth is already going to be kindled. You see, because the Lord is already at work. And he shall destroy the sinners. You see? Remember, that's a cold cut to those that be talking that mess about the Lord hates the sin, but he loves the sinner. No, he shall destroy the sinners. That's what the Lord says. Thereof, out of it. Okay? Okay? And he shall destroy the sinners. Thereof, out of it. Okay? So they let you know. Don't be banking on that. That you're gonna be okay and you're a sinner. You talking about you're a sinner and you sorry and all this. The Lord is gonna destroy you. You don't get it right, period. And stop doing your all out willfully sinning and get your life right. For the stars of heaven and the consolation thereof shall not give her light. Okay? Because all that shall be hidden in. The sun shall be darkened. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth. Why? Because of all of when you have a volcano erupt, it spews all up into the atmosphere volcanic ash and dust and plumage and billowing up, and it blocks out the sun and all up in the skies there. It just blocks out because it's scattered all across the skies. Well, imagine when America itself is being destroyed and all those thermonuclear bombs are going off. We talking about over 200 million thermonuclear bombs are going to be released from all of the other countries. You got Iran, you got Russia, you got China, North Korea, you got Pakistan, all these countries firing off thermonuclear missiles, and America and Israel. And so all that smoke is going to block out the sun and the moon. Shall not cause her light to shine. Verse 11. And I will punish the world for her evil, for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. All this is coming. All this that you thinking that you've been getting away with, that you thinking the Lord ain't did nothing, ain't gonna do nothing because he ain't did nothing. Well, think again. Think again. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. You see? You know how people are so arrogant? And we all had to watch ourselves from time to time because you can easily become so arrogant and think of yourself as so high and mighty and above others. It's easy to become arrogant. The Lord said he will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. You see? In America, Esau and the 2/3 and the heathens pride themselves on being proud. Okay? The Lord is going to cause all that to cease. And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Those that are so mean-spirited, they're such terrible individuals, they're going to be brought down to low when they ain't got no food to eat, no water to drink, martial law police kicking in doors, beating and raping them. Then you got the guys all in the neighborhoods kicking in the doors, beating and raping them. You know, and then using people for human trafficking. And then, cannibalism. The Bible tells us our people are going to go back to cannibalism. Leviticus chapter 26. Okay? And so, Lord's will, we might get onto some of that. Verse 12. Verse 12. I will make a man more precious than the fine gold. Okay? Than fine gold. The time is coming. And we're not just talking about any man. We're talking about us men of the Lord. Us righteous men of the Lord. The Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Okay? Us men of the Lord. We are the ones that possess this truth. And we are the ones out of our bellies flow the flowing everlasting waters of this truth that the Lord has placed within us, that he's going to make clear. And he's going to show who his men are when that time comes, during the time of the siege, during the day of the Lord. Even a man than the golden wedges of fire. You see? And those are very, very important, highly expensive, valuable gold wedges of a fire. Okay, and we're going to be more and more important than that, more precious than that, because we possess this knowledge, this truth. Remember Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay? Remember that. You know? We make these videos because we putting forth the treasure of this word out here for the ears of Romans chapter 10, verse 17. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing comes by the words of who? Yahweh. The hopeful elect. There's many hopeful elects out there that needs inspiration, edification, inspiration, motivation, and that's what this is. This helps to lift up. These videos help to lift up the hopeful elects out there, and there's needing to hear this word coming from righteous mouths of righteous men that the Lord has already set forth and chosen before the beginning of the foundations of this earth that you put together. You see, verse 13. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. And this will come when all them bombs hit. America is going to be the rocking and the reeling like a drunken. You know what I'm saying? Because the earth is going to be being reshaped and everything at the same time. All these thermonuclear bombs going off. In the wrath of the Lord of hosts. In the day of his fierce anger. This is what he's going to be doing. Verse 14. And it shall be as the chase roll, okay, as a sheep that no man taketh up. None will have mercy for it. None will go have mercy for America when that time comes. All is going to be for destroying America at that time. They shall they shall every man turn to his own people. You see, his own people, and free and flee everyone into his own land. And that's what's been happening. A lot of the people believe in America going back into their own place, their own land. They used to come here to America to try to establish the American dream. They want to establish the American dream and be a part of this American living. Nah, now the merchants come to make their money. They make their money. After they make their money, they send their monies overseas back to their family. And then they go, it's lucky. And then they go. You see, they don't stick around. And then they go. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Now, thrust through, that means like with a sword or with a gun, shot and killed, thrust through. And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. That means shall be killed. When the martial law troops come in, they're going to be killing and slaughtering the people like crazy and raping. Just like the same thing that's been going on over there with the Russian troops infiltrating over there in the Ukrainian land over there. And they raping and pillaging, destroying the people and destroying the land and doing all that they can to slay and slaughter. That's all that's on their minds. Raping and pillaging and slaying and slaughtering. Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces. I mean the children killed, destroyed. Those soldiers over there, when they shoot and kill the children over there, they blast them to pieces using AR-15s and AK-47s and bombs. They blast them children to pieces. They don't care. They care nothing for the children. This is wartime, time of the siege. And this is what's going to be happening. What's happening over there in Ukraine right now is the very same thing that's going to be happening over in America pretty soon, very soon. Their houses shall be spoiled, okay, and their wives ravished. That's what's happening over there in Ukraine right now. That's what's coming to America, and that America is going to have to face. Okay, when they declare martial law, and they're going to turn off 911. We're talking about the purge. This is what's about to happen. The purge. When they declare martial law and turn 911 off, ain't nobody gonna be able to dial 911 services calling for the police, ambulance, or fire department services. All of that'll be over with. And you women, y'all always quick to call 911, calling the police because of your boyfriend that tripped out on you, because you were doing something wrong you wasn't supposed to, and your boyfriend jumped on you, smacked you around, and you called the police. You see? Well, when the time comes, you ain't gonna be able to call the police. And it's gonna be more than just your boyfriend smacking you around. The niggas in the neighborhoods are gonna be going around, making rounds, raping, pillaging. They're gonna be attacking the old women, old men, the women with children, especially you women with children. If you ain't got a gun to defend your home, remember, all that you have, even your children, only belongs to you if you can defend it. If you cannot defend them, then guess what? They don't belong to you. They belong to the next fool that can come around with a gun and put it to your face and rape your children right in your face while you watch. Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes, that's the Russians, the Medes against them. Against who? The whole world. Which shall not regard silver, and as far as gold, they shall not delight in it. When the time comes, and that's what they're doing right now. They're not delighting in those things. They don't care about the sanctions that America placed on Russia and all this and that. They didn't care about none of that. All that was non and void. non and void. Verse 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men into pieces. Their bows, what do you mean their bows? The military hardware. All that they're going to be using on the battlefield. Mortar fire, bombs, roadside bombs, and 50 calibers. They're going to be blasting and dashing the young men into pieces, killing them left and right, using the young men as human shields. And they're going to be getting killed, blasted to pieces, left and right, when the time comes on the battlefield and here on the streets. And here on the streets. They shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. That means the babies. When these martial law troops go to rolling through, they're not going to care about your baby. They don't care nothing about your baby. They're going to rip your baby straight from your arms and throw your baby on the ground, busting your baby's head right on the ground, busting it, grabbing your baby by the leg and swinging hard and busting your baby's head on the ground, and then shooting your baby up with an AK-47. These are the things that's going to be going on. They're not going to spare. Their eyes shall not spare children. You see that? Their eyes shall not spare children. Children are going to be fair game for them to use as target practice. That's what's going to be going on. It's going to be so vile and wicked. But these are the things that are coming upon the earth. Verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You see, during that time, that's when the chariots for Sodom and Gomorrah, that's when the chariots came, and the chariots was using thermonuclear lasers. They were blasting the pieces, the people to pieces, the same way you're seeing in that movie, War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. Those things, bzz, plow, bzz, plow, plow. They're blasting people to pieces. When them chariots come, they're going to be rolling. They're going to be flying through just like that. Just like that. Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited. Never shall it be dwelled in from generation to generation. America is through. America is hit. America is done. Neither shall the Arabians pitch tent there. All that's going to be over. Ain't going to be no more Arabs, sitting up at gas stations selling gas. All that's going to be over. And mildew packages and foods and milk and all that's going to be over. All that's going to be over. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. That's going to be done. That's going to be done. Okay. Verse 21. But wild beasts of the desert shall lay there. Okay. And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. Okay, when the time comes. And owls shall dwell there, in satires shall dance. And satires shall dance there. When the time comes. Because it's not going to be inhabited by people again once America is destroyed. Verse 22. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places, and her time is near to come. Talking about the end of America, because America is about to collapse, and the American dollar is about to collapse. And then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And her days shall not be prolonged. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakodash. So this has been your Hebrew Israelite brother. We're going to end the video off right there. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mishaba, here in the city of Detroit. Just wanted to make a quick video right quick to talk about what's to come. Make sure you press the like button and press the, if you haven't already pressed the subscription button, make sure you press it. And if you have pressed the subscription button already, make sure you press the little notation bell. You got to press that little notation bell so that way you'll receive notification each time that I release another video. Well, thank you ever so much for watching, and we'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elects.